Ah, the old self, a relic of what you once were, clinging to life like a shadow refusing to fade with the dusk. Most spend their lives nurturing that old self, feeding it with comfort, with familiarity, but change demands a sacrifice, a death of the former you. To transform, you must first obliterate what you used to be. The old self is a chain, rusted and worn, but strong enough to hold you down, to keep you trapped in a cycle of your own making. It's not a graceful letting go. It's a violent shedding, a ripping apart of everything that kept you bound to mediocrity. That version of you has to die, screaming if need be, because only in its death can something new be born. Transformation is not a kind process. It's the tearing down of old walls, the burning of bridges that once seemed vital to your survival. It demands an executioner's resolve. To kill the old self is to confront every weakness, every lie you've told yourself, and to strike them down without mercy. It is a metamorphosis, not born from peace, but from the ashes of destruction. There will be moments when the old self fights back, whispering sweet comforts, pleading for survival. Ignore its cries. In the death throes of the old self lies the key to your liberation. It must be eradicated so that the new self, the stronger, sharper self, can rise from its grave. To let the old self die is to walk into the void, the unknown, where the comfort of what once was no longer exists. It's the ultimate act of defiance against the past that tries to hold you prisoner. Every habit, every thought pattern that defined you must be dissected, examined, and discarded if it no longer serves the new path. There is no room for sentimentality in this process. Nostalgia is a trap, a siren song luring you back into the arms of a self that has no place in the life you seek to create. This transformation is not a gentle evolution. It is a coup d'etat against your own past. The old self is the sum of all limitations, all fears, all self-imposed barriers. To let it die means facing the abyss and deciding to leap rather than retreat. It means acknowledging that the person you've been is inadequate for the person you wish to become. It's a brutal self-awareness that many will never reach, because the act of letting the old self die is an act of violence against your own ego. It is to tear down the monuments you built to your past self, to set fire to the comfort of what you know, and to step into the flames willingly. In that fire, the transformation begins. Transformation is born in that crucible of suffering, in the willingness to endure the pain of shedding your skin. It is not a process that happens overnight, nor is it a single moment of revelation. It is a relentless pursuit of the new self, a daily execution of the old habits, the old thoughts, the old ways of being. It's the refusal to let the past dictate the future. The death of the old self is not just a change, it's a rebirth. And rebirths are never gentle. They are forged in chaos and struggle. The new self, the one that emerges from this carnage, is not just a better version of you. It is something entirely different, something that owes nothing to what came before. But know this, the old self will not go quietly. It will fight to survive, to keep you shackled to its limitations. It will drag you back into old patterns, into the safety of the familiar. It will whisper that the transformation is not worth the pain. But to listen is to accept a slow death, a life half-lived. The only way forward is through the fire, through the relentless dismantling of who you were. To let the old self die is to declare war on everything that held you back. It is to become your own antagonist, to tear yourself apart so you can be rebuilt stronger, fiercer, unrecognizable to the shadows that once claimed you.